Good day everyone, my name is Abigail P. Garcia. Today we'll be discussing about the Capstone project. Capstone project as thesis and a research work. Based from SHAD Memorandum Order number 25 series of 2015, the thesis or capstone project are required for candidates for graduation in all computing programs. Both the thesis and capstone project are terminal project requirements that would not only demonstrate the student comprehensive knowledge of the area of study and research method used, but also allow them to apply the concept and methods to a specific problem in their area of specialization. So what is a thesis? It is a report of a scholar upon some piece of research which has been completed. In the area of computing, it is defined as terminal technical report on a systematic investigation of a problem that can be solved using computing. It may include a solution, approximate or partial solution, a specific investigation or the development of result leading to the solution of the problem. Capstone project, an undertaking appropriate to a professional field. It should significantly address an existing problem or use. An IT capstone project focuses on the infrastructure, application, or processes involved in implementing computing solution to a problem. Next, the responsibilities of a capstone project student. Upon enrollment in the thesis capstone project, the researcher has the sole responsibilities of conceptualizing, undertaking, monitoring, and writing the thesis report. It is therefore necessary for a researcher to learn the necessary skill and competency in the conduct of the research. Although, there will be an assigned advisor who will guide the student researcher in the conduct of the study. It is not the advisor's responsibility to field everything to the researcher, because this defeats the purpose of teaching a researcher to be independent and to be competent. Besides, it will be the researcher who will present the result of the study in the final oral defense and not the advisor. Next, capstone project implementing rules and regulation. A. Project duration. The thesis or capstone project will be completed within 2 semesters. Capstone project 1 and capstone project 2. In case that the student will not be able to comply the requirements within the prescribed semester, he or she will be given another 2 semesters as extension to complete the capstone project failure. To complete within the 4 semester duration, the student will be required to re-enroll Capstone Project 1 and Capstone Project 2, considering that the average lifespan of a software is 3 years. In case that student will pass thesis or Capstone Project 1 but will fail to complete Capstone Project 2, within 2 semesters, the student will be required to re-enroll thesis or Capstone Project 1 and thesis or Capstone Project 2. B. Project group composition. The capstone project group will be composed of most 3 members, depending on the complexity of the project. A student will be allowed to choose their group members, but still, the subject teacher has the final decision to approve the said group depending on the capability of the member of the group. Next, C. Project advisor. The dean or program chair is given the authority to select the student's advisor and panel member based from the faculty members' competency and expertise on the capstone project topic. The selection of advisor from the capstone project will be limited to those faculty members from the ICT. Appointment of advisor from other departments, colleges, institutions, and universities will be allowed on a case basis. Contract of service, COS, faculty members may handle capstone project advisorship provided that there be a permanent faculty member who will be a co-advisor to ensure that there will be somebody who will assume that advisorship once the contract of the former is terminated. The maximum member of Capstone Project Advisorship is 5 per faculty member. B. Panel composition. The DEN or program chair will assign qualified and competent faculty member who will constitute the defense panel. The defense panel should be composed of the following: one chairman, preferably the DEN or program chair, or a faculty with at least master degree. Two members, one may be content expert. E. Duties and responsibilities of the panel chairman. Brief the proponents or researcher about the proposal hearing, oral defense program during the actual proposal hearing or oral defense, respectively. Issue the verdict. The verdict is unanimous decision among the 3 members of the thesis or capstone project proposal hearing or oral defense panel. Once issued, it is final and irrevocable. Nominate a thesis or capstone project for the outstanding research or capstone project award. F. Duties and responsibilities of the panel member and content expert. Validate the endorsement of the advisor. The panel serve as internal auditor, putting some form of check and control on the kind of thesis or capstone project being approved by the college. Evaluate the deliverables. Recommend a verdict. Listen and consider the request of the advisor and or the proponents or researcher. Nominate a thesis or capstone project for the outstanding research or capstone project award. G. Duties and responsibilities of the project thesis or capstone project subject teacher. The subject teacher is by default the advisor or all group assigned to him or her. Announce research or capstone project areas at the start of each semester to the student. Conduct general meeting with the student to discuss the capstone project guidelines, policies, and deliverables, and to allow the student to raise and clarify issues. Select proposal hearing or oral defense panel for each team. Schedule research capstone project activities such as the deadlines of deliverables and proposal hearing and oral defense season. Pause schedule proposal hearing and oral defense guidelines, requirements, guidelines, and other announcement. Furnish every member or the proposal hearing and oral defense panel with all the necessary capstone project documents before the proposal hearing or oral defense. File at least one copy of the proposal hearing or oral defense panel evaluation, including the revision and the reverse and approved deliverables at every stage of the research capstone project. And last, submit the collected grade of student under his or her section for the term. H. Duties and responsibilities of the advisor. Ensure that the study proposed by the student conforms to the standard of college and has immediate or potential impact on the research task of the university. Guide the research or capstone project student in the following tasks while in the proposal stage. Defining the research problem or objective in clear specific terms. Building a work bibliography for the research. Identifying variables and formulating hypotheses if any. Determining research design, population to be studied, research environment, instrument to be used, and the data collecting procedure. Meet the team regularly, at least twice a month. Note that the team must seek proper appointment to answer questions and help resolve impasses and conflicts. Advisor must remind the proponents or researcher to do their work properly. Review truly and deliver all deliverables at every stage of the research or capstone project to ensure that they meet the department standards. The advisor may also require his or her proponents or researcher to submit progress report regularly. Next, recommends the proponents or researcher for proposal hearing and oral defense. The advisor should not sign the proposal hearing notice and the oral defense notice if she or he believes that the proponents or researcher are not yet ready for the proposal hearing and oral defense, respectively. Thus, if the proponents or researcher fail in the proposal hearing or oral defense, it is partially the advisor's fault. Clarifies points during the proposal hearing and oral defense. Ensure that all required revision are incorporated into the appropriate documents and or a software. Keep informed of the schedule of research or capstone project activities, required deliverables, and deadlines. Recommend to the proposal hearing or defense panel the nomination of his or her research capstone project for an award. As a special advisor, he or she is responsible to be a provider, an encourager, a dictator, a pushy boss, a connector, and a employment agency. Next ay project fees. Undergraduate remuneration of the person responsible. The person directly involved during the course of the capstone project writing exercise will be remunerated as the following. Capstone project advisor, 200 pesos. Panelist, the chair, 100 pesos. Panelists, 100 pesos each. The remuneration of the English editor, statistician, or any other persons outside the university is not covered by the provision of this guideline. This will be handled directly by the student. This will be handled directly by the students. Next, J, thesis or capstone project presentation. And recommended by the Philippine Society of IT Education, PSIPE, the research committee public presentation is required. It should be a school-based presentation open for public viewing. K, thesis or capstone project turnover. Project turnover is limited to the software development, not including the equipment used during the implementation as stated in the MOU. In the event that the student is willing to donate the equipment, it must be stated in the MOU. Next, L, thesis or capstone project grading system. The final grade of each component will comprise of the following. Average grade of the panel members, 30%, subject teacher, 30%, advisor of the capstone project, 30%, and per grading, 30%, the total of 100%. Next, the verdicts. There will be 4 possible verdicts after the proposal defense. The verdict is an unanimous decision among the 3 members of the panel committee. Once issued, it is final and irrevocable. First is approve. Minor revision are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of and checked by all panelists. 86 to 100. Approve with revision. Major revision shall be incorporated in a final copy of the reverse project proposal. Summary, there must be checked by the panelists. 70 to 85. Disapprove. The panelists or researcher failed to propose a reasonable or scholarly capstone project below 70. System and manuscript defense. Capstone project output, group grade using system prototype rubric, 70%. Oral examination, individual grade, same rubric with proposal, 30%, total of 100%. Next, project output, group grade 70%. The output should be consistent with the objective as defined during the proposal stage, 25%. All major module and features of systems output as defined after the proposal stage are delivered. The credit shall be based on the percentage of delivered items, that is 25%. Group debugging, the group shall display competence in resolving problem, 25%. Verdicts final defense, accepted with the revision. Revision are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of and checked by all analysts. 71 to 100. Re-oral defense, another oral defense season in which all 70 to 85 not accepted. The proponents or researcher failed to propose a reasonable, researchable, or scholarly capstone project that is below 70. Last, CCS ICT Intellectual Property Policy. The college adopt the University Research Development Intellectual Property Policy and Guidelines, treasuring the substantial creativity, innovativeness, and electoral contribution of the faculty. Research and support staff as well as students in the creation of intellectual property, the university adopts the policy guidelines of Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines.